Alright, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Outraged Chicago Mother whose son expired sends message to the Dems. Guys, what type of message are you about to send to them specifically? The problem is that on the outside looking in, it looks like they're always trying to help someone, right? But in all actuality, they're not. Specifically, if you are from a specific community, let's say. It seems like they really want you around when it's time for the votes, right? But any other time, completely ignored. But let's go and see where this takes us, guys.
So the DNC plans to highlight Vice President Kamala Harris' fight for everyday Americans today. But she previously supported a bail fund that put criminals back on the street.
Let's see. Funds raised $35 million in the wake of George Floyd. Okay. Fund has posted criminal bail for. Multiple people bailed out. Okay, let's go.
Including someone who committed murder after he was freed. Our next guest lost her son Jeremy to senseless violence in Chicago last year, and still doesn't know what happened. Moni Jacobs joins me now. Moni, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you.
This is supposed to be a happy time for you. You're supposed to be dropping off one of your babies to college.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with all that passion because you still don't know what happened to your son.
Yeah, it's hard. Every day is hard. And it's hard when you can't be weak and hurt because you have to be strong for your other children. Especially my daughter, because she's in college and she's trying to do something with her life.
She's like, where's my big brother?
And it's hard
at?
for her. So
Right?
she calls a lot, Ma, I need you. You know, how am I supposed to go on without my big brother? Right. Even though she has another one, they're more like twins. So it's hard for her. But I have to understand where she's coming from and put my feelings to the side to make her feel better. So she won't lose focus while she's in college. You know?
You told me that they don't call you.
They don't.
They don't provide updates. So you have to call them. How does that make you feel?
I'm angry. But when I call, I try to be humble. You know, don't go in hostile to an environment, even though you're mad and you're hurt. You have to still talk to them with respect. But they don't give that to me. You don't even call me to update me about anything. And I think that's unfair. The story you give me is not the right story because I know my son. Like, we know him. And you can't tell me what you told me and think that I'm just gonna let that go because that's not what happened. And I know you know more, but you don't call me and update me about anything.
Like the guys, oh gosh. Listen, I get it, right? That's what I think the issue is consistently when it comes to that area, okay? It's really hard, I'm sure, to grow up in an area like that and not involve yourself in what's actually going on the streets there, okay? I have no idea what she was told, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere along the lines of that type of thing. Because again, if you're young and you're in that area, more than likely you're involved in something drill rap oriented somewhere, okay?
And I think it's unfair that I have to keep calling you, but he's the top case. You told me he's your priority. But how could you not reach out to me and keep me updated about what you're finding out? Thank you. You know, it's hard to unsee the things that me and my kids had to see. It's just hard.
You're not a political person. You just want justice for your baby.
That's it.
But when you hear all of these politicians saying, just let the criminals back on the street, it's the same revolving. 5 people in Chicago were killed. That's not even the people that were shot over the weekend.
No.
Every single weekend, it seems like I'm getting some type of alert, or I have had to talk to some mom that said their baby shot in the front yard.
Right.
What do you think our leaders need to do to secure safety for people?
You need to buckle down a lot more. You worried about the wrong situations. You're worried about, like, politics. I'm not into that. Never been. But even if I decided to this year, how can I? Who can I trust? So I don't know who to vote for. I'm not even getting help with my own city, you know, trying to figure out what happened to my son. It's not fair. It's just not. So
a lot of the politicians today say the reason why they are more soft on crime and have bail laws where the same criminals get back on the street is because they feel like it's a justice issue. What would you tell them?
Focus more on helping. We're losing babies. You know, we're not losing the elderly as fast as we're losing our young people. They're not even getting a chance to grow up. I'll never know what it feels like to have a grandchild from him. Like, we're losing our future, you know? I don't know what else to say to them. Like, what is it gonna take for you to step in and do what you're supposed to do to protect the community? You're not doing that. Because if you were, we would have answers about everything. Babies getting shot in the front yard, as you said. Like, I don't even watch the news anymore. I seen him on the news, and it's like...
That was it for you?
It was flashbacks. So, no, I'm not into what's going on. You go on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, the social media, you always see somebody's up there. Shot women, kids, young men, you know.
Do you think they'll see it now that they're having a major convention here? Like, what is your message for the Democratic Party this week? A lot of people that look like me and you give our votes to them. What is your message to them as we hold the biggest convention? We're going to have the most powerful men in the nation, in the world today. Give a speech today. What do you want to hear from all these leaders?
I want to know what they're going to do to protect our communities.
Nothing.
It's everywhere, but my focus is here. This is my home.
Nothing at all.
Been here all my life. I want to know what they're going to do to bring justice to the parents that are losing their kids. Like, what are you going to say to them? Oh, I'm sorry, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call. I need answers. You're not giving me anything to close. Like, I can't... My 5-year-old granddaughter misses him like crazy. What am I supposed to say to her? Nanny, what happened? I don't know, babe. You know, somebody...
You don't have an answer for it.
I don't have an answer because nobody's giving me an answer. Right. So I don't know what to do in those circumstances. You understand? Like, how can I vote for somebody who I don't feel like has my back? Or any parent who lost their child's back. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we supposed to do? You want me to vote for you? What are you going to do for me?
Nothing.
You say what you're going to do, but
Nothing.
When you get in office, do you really do what you said you're going to do? I don't think so.
But yet you're somehow still here, right?
Because this crime has been going on for decades, and it's getting sickening to watch parents on TV crying about the loss of their child. Like, it's hard when you have to bury someone that grew inside of you. Yeah. I never thought the hurt would be this bad.
I couldn't imagine.
It's like,
I couldn't imagine.
I lost my mom and my dad. Oh, that was hard. But this was just way over.
Right.
It's too much hurt.
Ms. Jacobs, I promise we're not going to let his memory go in vain, and all the rest of the victims out there. Thank you so much for getting up this morning with me. We really appreciate it.
All right, so I guess my only question really is that, did they bring her specifically to here, or was she like in line for the DNC, right? And so that's kind of my main thing here. That would change the overall perception of the interview itself. I think it's solid. She spoke her heart. She understands kind of... you have to consistently vote for someone that basically does not do anything for you or your community, right? She's super concerned, obviously, that the local police are completely ignoring her kids' expiration days, right? And I completely agree with her. It's absolutely crazy, right? But here's the big issue here. If I ran that city, it would be under martial law. You're not going nowhere. Either that or leave. That's how that goes here, guys. If you are here to commit any type of absolute atrocity, it's time for you to probably get out of my city. Don't make me mayor, bro. Never put me into any type of political office, please. I beg of you. Listen, martial law. Okay. We're mobilizing the National Guard to be on like every single street all day long. Okay. In specifically the south side of Chicago, all of it, completely. Do something. I dare you. Right? Go to all of the, like, you know where everyone kind of links up, right? You understand all of that, like O Block and in like the 300s and all of these places, guys, out there. Right? You know where they are. Go there, okay? Because things are obviously out of hand there. She kept mentioning also that she goes to social media and sees things. These are obviously the people that she is around. That's why she sees that type of thing on social media. I never see that. But I also live nowhere near Chicago, right? So I'm guessing if you are from Chicago, you're probably getting a lot of this, right? So you should probably back the concept of, hey, listen, some light martial law, specifically on the south side of Chicago, because things are crazy out there. I'm gonna go ahead and forecast that's probably where she's from, right? But now listen, I understand the police told her, hey, this is what we know. She didn't like what they told her, so she's wants more information. But the problem here is guys, just like Jacksonville, Florida, or some parts of the Bronx, right, in New York, you really can't get away from certain things, specifically if you're being raised there. So, like, I get it. You don't want to believe your baby was most likely involved in something heinous, but what is the like? Why did it happen? How did it happen? I think that's probably a better question, right? Like, if he was targeted, then he was probably involved in something, right? I mean, I think that's the main crux of the conversation here, guys. But all right, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I personally think that Chicago should have like tanks on the streets, guys. The south side of Chicago. All right, all of that needs to get fixed. Okay, instead of less policing, a lot more policing, like an unnecessary amount of policing. Okay, like borders, basically. Make a border around that place and say, listen, if you come out here, we're checking you, type of thing. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day, or attempt to. I'll catch you guys later. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.